Hard times, going vertical, and a change in perspective. Looking at that title, you probably ask yourself, what the heck is this video about? Is it a prepper video? Is it a homesteading video? What's it dealing with? Tell you, it's a little bit of everything. Had something come to me yesterday while I was working, and I want to share it with you, so here we go. Hey everybody, welcome back to Grumpy Acres. Well, as I said, this video is a result of me doing a little bit of work the other day and having a chance to think about things as I was doing it. So, hard times, what's that? Well, you know, if you're paying any attention to the news, it seems like it's all bad. We've got storm clouds gathering on the horizon. You know, we've got war, maybe. We've got the loss of the dollar as a reserve currency, which is going to cause hyperinflation eventually, probably, maybe, don't know. We've got the Fed getting ready to release digital coinage, which will allow them to track everything. We've got continued attacks on the Second Amendment by unelected bureaucrats and leftists. We've got mentally ill people killing innocent children and teachers. Man, you watch the news and it's nothing but black pill after black pill after black pill. And I was thinking about it while I was working, and what I was doing is I was finishing out this garden bed. So we got some comfrey coming in, and I'm gonna put a trellis right here. So the going vertical is, I'm gonna put a vertical thing. I'm gonna put a piece of cattle panel here, and we're gonna grow. Probably, I told Angela I want cherry tomatoes there. I think the cherry tomatoes with the comfrey will be a good combination, and we can run those cherry tomatoes all the way up to the top, right? So there's your homesteading and gardening thing. You know, if you've got a limited space like this bed here, you can go vertical. You can take and grow up the side of a wall. This wall has good shade in the morning. In the afternoon, it gets full sun. So I think the plants will grow really well here in the heat of the summer. So there's the going vertical. Now, how do these go together? So I was thinking about the dark times that may be coming, and if anybody tells you exactly what's going to happen, I take it with a grain of salt. The only thing we know is we're not immune to history, and what happened to other countries in the past is bound to repeat itself in America, and our job is to be ready for it. So, as I was thinking all that, I also started thinking about the fact that it blows my mind. It completely blows my mind that I have people constantly, they see the homestead on film, or they're coming here and they're seeing it, and they're going, man, it's a beautiful, you got a beautiful homestead you're working on here. And I take it and I scratch my head, because honestly, folks, I don't see it. I don't see it most of the time, and people are constantly telling me that, and I've got friends in the community that are constantly reminding me, you can't see the forest because of the trees. And they're right. Let me show you, when I walk out the door every morning, let me show you what I see. This is what I see when I come out, okay? So we come over here, turn the corner of the house. I've got a pile. That's the original greenhouse that we had that got burned up in the fire a year ago. And I'm going to reutilize it, but that's what I come out and I see. I look at the side of the house. The storm the other day tore some stuff off the house, and it needs all kinds of work. And I see that trailer. That trailer is not only an eyesore, but it's got critters that go in there from time to time, and it needs to be torn down. I come out here. You know, I see the paddock out there that, because of circumstances, I allowed the animals to eat down, and it does. Right now it looks like a feedlot. I come over here. Now, Now, bear with me because I know I sound like I'm complaining, and I'm not. I'm just letting you know what my perspective is on a day-to-day basis. Okay? I come over here, come into the garden. At the beginning of the year last year, our garden was looking great, and by the end of the summer, the Johnson grass had taken it over. You know, and the Johnson grass is a constant battle around here. And then I walk by, I see this right behind the chicken coop. I see this pile right there, and I see that pile down over there too. Okay, you see where I'm coming from on this. And then I could spend a good 10-15 minutes walking around this property and showing you all the trees I see every single day when I come out. And that's a metaphor. You know, all that stuff, that's the trees that I see. I see them every day, and all I can do is pump myself up and go, man, you got to deal with this stuff. So I'm working on that garden bed over there, and it's right there next to the storm shelter. And you see how tall those T-posts are? Those are the longest dang T-posts I've ever seen in my life. Now, they got to be 12 feet long. I didn't realize they made them that big. But because they were so big, I had to crawl up on top, and I had to pound them in from the top of the storm shelter. Let me show you what I saw. So I'm up here, I'm pounding those T-posts. All right, but I look up, and this is what I see. Look at that. Look at that. I see all that. And what I see now, I see a garden where there was a barn that had fallen over. I see a new greenhouse that's sitting on top of where I burned down chicken coop, where we lost 320 some chicks. I see our flock that survived a predator attack and is being rebuilt. I see a lot of good stuff. Sit down. You know, I see the forest now. I can separate myself from the trees, and I can see the forest. And that's what you need to do. That's what we all need to do with all the hard times that are coming and all the bad news that we're getting. We need to stop, change our position, take another look at the world, and see things for the way they really are. Don't pay attention to the doomsayers. All right? And when I say that, I don't mean that we ignore words of caution. What I'm saying is we cannot let them color our judgment on what's coming. I know that things are going to change. I know that things are going to get harder for us. We're probably going to see things in the near future that haven't been seen since our grandparents' days, right? And we're going to see division in this country like has never been seen for almost 175 years. And what that's going to look like specifically, I have no idea. All I know is we got to get ready. How do we get ready? That's the big question. How do we get ready? First off, and you're going to get sick of hearing me say this, got to build your community. All right? You have to find like-minded people and come together and start taking control of your locality, whether you're in the suburbs or you're in the city or you're in a rural area. You need to get like-minded people pointed in the same direction and taking control of what you can take control of. Because as things roll forward, history's shown us that central governments start losing control the further you are away from the normal and the further you are away from the physical seat of government. Where I'm sitting right now, that's a good thing. That's a good thing because it gives us more control over our daily lives. It takes it out of the hand of some unelected bureaucrat and puts it in our control. Second thing, got to get financially secure. That means getting out of debt. I know it's hard, but you got to do it, and you got to do whatever it takes to get out of debt. If it means selling all your stuff like Dave Ramsey says and eating rice and beans, beans and rice, getting 3 jobs, do it. It also takes the form of creating alternative economies, parallel economies to the one that's failing. And it is failing. I don't care what anybody says. The numbers don't lie. The economy is failing, and it promises to get much worse. So we've got build our community, and we've got get financially secure. You need to take control of your own food supply. Can you grow everything that you need to survive? Probably not. In fact, I'm going to say 99% of the people in America cannot do that. This is why it takes a community. But you can't start doing it unless you take the first step and you take control, right? So you need to learn, you need to plant a garden. If you don't have any experience, get it now, because when you're starving to death or you're hungry or something's happened and you can't get food, it's too late to learn. All right, you're going to make mistakes, and it's better to make them now when you can recover from it than when you have no other options. I can go, and I can go on about things, but I think I made my point. And I quite honestly, I made this video as much for myself as I did for you. I'd really like to hear what you guys think about what I said and where you think we may be going. So go ahead and leave a comment down below. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for making it this far into the video. I hope you stick with us. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is the type of content we're putting out, a little bit of prepping, a little bit of homesteading, and I'd really like you to think about subscribing. We've got a great community here. We are building something really important, not physically where we are in the locale with our homestead and our greater community that we are part of, but here on our virtual community on the YouTube channel. It's really something special in my mind, and I do appreciate everybody showing up. All right. With that said, I want you guys to go out there today. I want you to get vertical, and not just in gardening, but on your position where you get your perspective from. Get vertical and change altitude, change positions, and look at what's going on from a completely different angle and adjust for the better. But most importantly, as you're doing all this, realize that you're pursuing a life done free. All right, folks, take care. Thanks, Milo.